Hey, Kid Rich. Petrus rallies his men with tremendous skill. Okay, good. So he isn't dead. You quickly repel the ambush with his help. Wiping his blade clean of blood, Petrus then leans into Rugga hard with fists and feet until the man is curled in a quivering ball on the ground. Yes! Punch and kick him! Punch and kick him! The thrashing ends when Petrus is satisfied, and the fighters who join you in battle pace nearby. Bastards! Utter bastards! It's been a miserable hard road, and I wasn't willing to watch good men go down like that. I'm Gudmundur, he continues. Lots of us here from Bindle. I was captain there myself. He glances at the banner, trampled and bloody, and notices yours. Though I'll admit we could be doing a lot better. You take the hint. Fight like you did there, and you're welcome to join us. Also, he has the nicest kept beard and the best hair of anyone in the game so far. Like, this guy, you know he hits that Vidalsa soon. Gudmundur conditions. I swear it, Gudmundur replies. He gathers his tattered banner and sends word to his people. Petrus and Gudmundur chat as you continue to the Great Hall. Kindred spirits. Right, they have... Yeah, but we gotta be careful that we don't run into Gudmundur's alternate reality twin, Badmundur. Yeah, look, we're rebuilding our people. But the problem is you can't tell because Badmundur is hiding his goatee under his beard. So, it's a stealth goatee. Looks like an awful lot of stairs. No doubt why Meinolf feels safe watching from above. Yeah, you have to lift up the beard to check for the evil goatee underneath. That house is enormous. As you finally approach the black stone walls, deep at the center of Arberrang, Petrus instructs you to head up the stairs while he hauls Rugga away. Oddleaf huffs when she learns she can't join you. I guess only important people are invited, she says. I'll try to find a place for the rest of us. Where do you think is best? Back near the gates, in case we're needed quickly. Look, we don't need to lead every charge, you know, but I'll try to find something. As Oddleaf heads off, she looks to the top of the plateau. Up there is where we want to be. Maybe if you had the king's ear? I mean, we can try. Oh, yeah. This hall is so great. The Black Rock Plateau casts a long indigo shadow over you, like a storm cloud. As you climb the steps, the view shifts from verdant green hills to a morbid panorama of carnage and darkness. That's what it says on my dating profile. Adam Coble, a morbid panorama of carnage and darkness. Eventually, you come to stand beside rich and powerful men with long names and banners. Called before King Meinolf as you were. Hakon is here, as well as Canary, both given a wide berth. From where you stand at the back of his enormous hall, King Meinolf looks small and withered upon the throne. He speaks slowly, as if stepping carefully through cobwebs of old memories. You can only hear bits and pieces about changes of heart and protecting the weak. Eventually you give up, trying to make out the words. Suddenly they'll all go silent. Everyone is turned to stare at you. The king beckons and you approach. Jesus, Hakon, you're so big. The Varl are huge. Like, extremely huge. I always forget. Oh, he looks rough. With this, the king sends the crowds away and takes you aside privately. You are to be thanked in person for bringing my son home to me. I wonder if he has anime cough. Now, I must selfishly beg a favor of you. No, I'm fine. The road between Borsgard and Arberrang is long, especially shared with a man like Rugga. Tell me, how did you fare in his company? Rugga tried to kill me. You're not the first. Yet, somehow he commands the loyalty of many. Maybe it says something about the hearts of men. I like this, bummer King Meinolf. Yeah, a lot of people like him, so I guess people suck. I suspect you already know this, but the man has poisoned me. He did it when we met in good faith, to negotiate peace. My menders have been unable to find a cure. Rugga and I have something of a long and miserable history. No doubt. He means to watch me wither on the throne. I want to... Who's this guy? Who's that guy in the background? He looks fun. Let's be friends with him. Hey, headband. But perhaps you've seen his weaknesses. Something with which to coax an antidote from him. Convince him on my behalf. My clansmen have many needs. The king leans back and studies you with narrow eyes. I can respect one who puts their clansmen first. So basically, we gotta go and beat the tar out of Wormtongue so that Saruman will let go of King Meinolf, right? What would you ask? We need a safe place to rest in Arberrang. Space could be made here atop the Blackrock Plateau. We've chased off all the orcs. There's still this molten lava problem, but we've dealt with the orc situation. The other families may not like it, but they'll make do. The king calls for Petrus, and you soon hear his hard boots echoing off the high ceilings. My king. Look at handsome Petrus. Look at that big forehead. Face tattoos. Captain Petrus, our friend Roke has agreed to speak with Rugga. And Petrus, follow our guest's orders. You're now his to command as he needs. See, this gets resolved as soon as possible. Yes. Okay, cool. So we can rest, we can improve morale, we can spend stuff, we can go to the market. Let's talk to Oddleaf. I'm sorry you got left out, Oddleaf. That's a bummer. You're back. So what was all that about? What did the king have to say? Something about putting aside our differences. And he wants me to try and wring an antidote out of Rugga. Since Meinolf's dying, everybody has let into the city under his protection. I wonder if I'd change my mind like that if I knew the end was near. Is it not? Damn! Shut up, you know what I mean. So, how are you feeling about all this? All of this? Care to narrow it down? She smiles politely, waiting for your question. You gesture at your genitals. What should we do about Rugga? Gods, I wish he just didn't exist. Same, though. Big mood. Oddleaf, big mood. You know he's not going to hand over a cure. Not without a high price, anyway. He's gambling with people's lives for his own benefit. Why do people like him seem to prosper? Rule comes to those who have a deep desire to rule. You mean madmen? Oddleaf, I love you. You're the best. You spend so much time and effort trying to do the right thing, and then here comes Rugga. He may as well be stabbing children as he goes, and people love him for it. But anyway, what can we do? Threats and beatings don't seem to work. The man can take a punch. I'll give him that. Can't kill him yet either, for Meinolf's sake. This is the part where if I was a PC playing Rook, I would be so happy and so angry at the GM. Rugga is a burning wheel villain, right? Where every time you write a belief about something you need, Rugga gets in your way, right? Where Rook is like, I need King Meinolf to let my people into town. And the GM's like, is that so? You need Meinolf, huh? Well. Oh my god. I could stab a child down in the middle of Main Street in Arberrang. People would still vote for me. Rugga. What does he even want? The throne? What's the point of ruling Arberrang for a couple of days before the darkness takes it back? Ugh. I'm sick of thinking about Rugga. Let's change the subject. What would you do in Meinolf's position? That's a tough one. You know me, I want everyone to live. Maybe even not to hate each other? Rugga's men are bastards, but I don't think they deserve to die. I'm just glad the Varl are on our side. But I'm not the king, so guess there's not much else to say about it. Smiles politely, waiting for your question. What's your deal with the Horseborn, anyway? My deal? What do you mean? Oh, you're going to pretend like there's nothing up with you. I heard you giggle the first time you saw one. Oh, shit! Don't kink shame Oddleaf. Oddleaf. I know you got a thing for, yep. I don't giggle. Okay, just look, don't repeat this, promise? Oh, I promise. I won't tell everyone. When I was a girl, I remember my father showing me pictures of horses. They looked amazing. I wanted one so bad. When he told me they were all killed, totally wiped out. Do you know this story? Legend says Loom Mother made horses, and another god created horseborn from them. But there was a time when both horseborn and horses existed. They'd see people use horses for farming and carrying goods and wouldn't know how to react. Was it slavery? Were horses like children to them? Or some living reminder they're just dumb beasts? You could ask the same about Varl. Oh, come on, it's not the same. Varl looked pretty different from Yox. No debate how the horseborn were made. Anyway, rather than let anyone own horses, the stories say the horseborn went crazy and slaughtered them all. Then they fought the humans a bit and eventually retreated far south. They say the horseborn felt such shame about the massacre they just never returned. Who knows what the truth really is? Up until the moment I saw one, I was never even sure the horseborn existed. But they're real. They're really real and they're beautiful. And they're causing us all kinds of problems. Oddleaf's beaming face and wide grin deflates. She's like Sam with the elves, like Samwise with the elves. Hi, Arnie. Yeah, I was telling people. So for folks, Arnie from Stoic is in chat and just said some nice things about the hyper RPG session that we played. I mentioned this when we first started talking about Banner Saga and RPGs. One of my first exposures to Banner Saga as a game was running Dungeon World for a bunch of the Stoic folks at PAX East, back when Banner Saga 1 was first on Kickstarter. And yeah, so I ran Dungeon World for them. And what was really funny was that at least two of the players were like, "No, we're playing Varl." And I was like, "They're not. I don't really know what that is, or they're not in my game." And they were like, "Yeah, but we're just gonna play them. So you just, I don't know, design something for us real quick," which I thought was really fun. I was like, "Yeah, okay, cool. You can be giants, whatever. That's fine." I think somebody was like a Varl druid. It was fun. It was a fun little game. We did it in the Kickstarter lounge one evening. Yeah, it was a good time. I like it. Tell me about it. Listen, Oddleaf, we should get back to camp. Yeah, I suppose we should. How are you holding up? You ever get tired of doing the right thing? Nah, I'm like Spike Lee, baby. Well, I have some idea. Just remember, you've always got a shoulder here. Don't try to carry this all on your own. It's not my shoulders Oddleaf's interested in. I think Petrus is like at the advancement tick, so let's rest and heal people. How are we doing? Let's look at our heroes here. I wonder if this one has training too. I wonder if Banner Saga 3 has training. I got 99 renown. That's pretty good. Okay, Rook is in the party. Who did we lose? Oh, Oddleaf is just for some reason not in the party. Okay, well let's level some people. Yeah, no, you gotta know Rook. Yeah, Rook's got some musculature. Being an archer really develops the chest and back muscles, right? Because like this is always a thing in D&D that I laugh about when people are like, "Yeah, I'm gonna knock an arrow and I'm gonna draw it and I'm gonna hold it on him," and I'm like, you have no idea how much stress that is on your upper body. Like, good luck with that. You have to be incredibly strong. And like, what's funny about D&D is that you can be a really exceptionally good archer with like 7 strength, which does not make any sense at all whatsoever in real life. Like, archery is just upper body strength and like hand-eye coordination. So you do kind of need strength and, well, like what's archery? Archery in Burning Wheel is strength. It's like fort and agility, right? Or fort and perception, something like that. I mean, the reason why it's based on dexterity and not is because it's a game and they have to like, it's just agility. Okay. Yeah, see, it's weird. Like you definitely need some degree of strength. You have to be strong. Ah, strength requirement to draw a bow. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. But, I mean, it's because it's a game. And, like, you know, they can't... They have to balance all the stats against each other and, like, make it so that dexterity is... You know, I guess you could make bows based on strength and still have, like... I mean, you need to be strong to throw axes and throw knives. The problem is that dexterity is both physical dexterity and hand-eye coordination. I'm going to rest one more time to recover Hakon. And then, yeah, I'm going to buy some supplies and stuff. But I do want to level some people up. So let's bring Moger up a level. Oh, no, I was going to do Oddleaf because we were waiting on her. She needed 19 to level. So, yeah, let's bring her up. And let's start giving her abilities and all that shit. So, more puncture and another point of willpower. Confirm on her. And then Rook, Canary to level 10. Moger to level 9. Do we want to like bring a bunch of people up this way, like together? Let's bring Canary to 10. While we have the renown. And then still got 59. I know, bringing everybody up together, it's expensive. What I want to do is get everybody to 10, because after 10, it's cheap, right? So talking about archery, this is why I like the idea of, like, if you look at the differences between Occidental and Oriental archery, though they're just two different schools. But if you look at the way that, like, Japanese medieval archers, it was much quicker. It wasn't like draw, aim, fire. It was aim, draw, fire. So it was all one action. So you draw the arrow, pull the bow, and then let it go as soon as it's back, rather than pulling it, aiming, and then letting it go. Yeah, it's like a slightly different. I mean, there's obviously more nuance to it, but if you look at like horse mounted bows, they're not all hand in the middle, equally tall up and below. Your hand is lower. The bottom part, it's like you're a third up, and the bows are smaller. Yeah, so you're taking snapshots at closer targets. Yeah, it's really interesting. I'm sure there's some good, like, yeah, videos about, like, yeah, Kyoto and how, like, all that stuff works. Okay, let's bump. I think we can max out Rook's title now, so maybe that's a smart move. Yeah, let's continue to advance. My God, 35% crit chance. Don't mind if I do. Give him another renown. So the renown caps at every time you level, you have to be able. Then you can. Okay, this is a minimum. Okay, yeah, let's just cap out the wolf. Done. Done and done. Level 5. Unless there's like a level 6. No. So +2 move, +2 damage, and very little aggro. And then I've got 2 more points to spend. So let's. I mean. Oh, I just didn't confirm those points. Okay. There we go. Okay, we're good. Now I have 19 points, which means I can bring one more level 8 character up. So let's bring Moger up as well. I won't have any money to buy stuff, but that's okay. Right now, I think we're probably okay, because the game's not really like, you're going on an adventure. Though I'm sure soon we will. I think it would just be cruel to go to the market now with no renown. But I guess we should check and see if there's any changes to the way the market works. It doesn't look like it. We're starting to get level like 11 items. Little Fang, Harlauger, Tool of Skildings, and Clasp of Kine? +3 all talents, 1 will per turn, 1 armor per turn, +1 break. Wow. Pretty cool. +2 break talents, +30% crit, +1 range distance. A poorly designed jeweler's hammer. Harlauger, Child's Doll, +3 strength talent, +3 will talent, 2 strength resist, +2 will. And then Little Fang, bonus strength damage when stationary, +2 strength attack, 10% crit chance. These items are great. I'm going to save up some renown and buy some items. Let's talk to Petrus. We have not had time for proper introductions. I didn't even know it would be necessary. Are you comfortable with the king's orders? It's not a matter of comfort. I was given as much warning as you were. That is to say none. But if these are the king's orders, I will follow them. Is there anything you wish to know? How did you become the guard captain in Arberrang? He looks uncomfortable and unaccustomed to talking about himself. I won't bore you with the details. I was an orphan. When I was young and impetuous, I overthrew the vicious bastard selling children in the slums. I did it without killing a man. King Meinolf made me an honor guard. A few years later, after an attempted coup, I became captain. You may have a guess who incited that attempted coup. Why have we not executed Rugga yet? Fast rise to power. Power only means you have the luxury of putting your own needs last. What can you provide? Several hundred trained fighters, weapons and armor, access to the king, should you need it. Several hundred fighters? In a city of several 100,000. Huh, we're lucky for that. Look at Frostvedler or Borsgard. The wealthy buy control. Any upset of balance, the wealthy families hack each other to pieces over it. Innocent people get caught in the fray. The king's trying to change that in Arberrang, but it's slow going. Tradition dies hard. Yeah, Petrus definitely looks like he's based on a real person. And in my experience, many would just prefer to hack each other to pieces in the first place. Petrus is that, like, lawful good guy trying to keep a bunch of chaotic people together. Why did Meinolf put me in charge? I'm an outsider. It would be above my position to assume. But, in my opinion, you answered the question yourself. The king knows the other clans in Arberrang. Too well, I think. Schemes and secret plots flourish in a city like this, but your banner speaks for you. Who better than an indebted outsider to handle the other outsiders? So he can expect me to do as he says and take the blame if things go wrong. Well, that's one way to look at it. Aren't the wealthy families in Arberrang going to be upset about this? Oh, without a doubt. You probably have things to do. As you say, my men were spread thin already. I'm almost more worried about the clans than the dredge. May I offer some advice? Please. Rely on me to understand this city. Okay, so when Petrus gives me advice about what to do vis-a-vis the city, we gotta listen. Sometimes men who come from the countryside see things as a straight path, but Arberrang is a circle. If you try to change direction suddenly, you risk being flung over a cliff. And we're dangerously close to a steep drop. I appreciate your counsel. Thank you. Of course. If you need me, I'll be nearby. Okay. Keep in mind, we gotta listen to Petrus. All right, let's go forward. Onward, let's see what happens. Petrus escorts you to your camp, which was set up while you were gone. I know King Meinolf asked you to speak with Rugga at once, but after his men ambushed us, I may have been too... Well... He's not capable of speech for the moment. Oh, Jesus. I may have beaten him to the point where he cannot... I love you, Petrus. Come here, give us a smooch. You're the best. Can I also say, so let's talk about, we talked about this a little bit during the God of War playthrough. You remember when we first fought Baldur in the God of War playthrough? And we talked about how that game relied on our modern aesthetic to understand character details, right? So we looked at Baldur and we were like, oh, Baldur's like a greasy, tweaked up weirdo because he has all these like face and neck tattoos. Like he had this kind of biker aesthetic. I like how we saw that a little bit in Tryggvi, right? We were like, oh, here's wacky Tryggvi with the face tattoos, but they've continued to adapt that. So now we can see Petrus, who also has this like rough past, but he's like a reformed slums orphan, but retains like the face tattoos. And so I wonder when he got those tattoos, right? Did he get them before he became captain of the guard or after? And what cultural context do they claim? What other characters do we know in the game have tattoos on their like neck and face? And what do those characters have in common, right? Trying to derive an understanding of the game's inherent cultural stuff without having it exposited down our throats is one of my favorite activities in a game, because it lets you try to examine or understand what the game designers are trying to say about their world, right? They're trying to teach us something subtly, by showing it to us instead of just like dumping those things on us. Yeah. Also, these tattoos have the same kind of look and feel of like prison tattoos, in the sense that they are primitive. They're not the kinds of like deep, vibrant. I would show you my own tattoos, but I'm sort of see-through. They're not the like deep, vibrant, modern tattoos. They're probably done with a long period of poking. Like, traditional tattooing took forever and was actually like pretty damaging to the skin because it was so slow and required so much skill. Which isn't to say that modern tattooing doesn't take skill, but we have a machine that does the poking for us. Whereas, you know, a lot of these traditional like indigenous tattoos, you know, you had a long stick and you had ink, and you would pool the ink on the skin or on the wand you would use, and you would just tap the tattoo into the person very slowly over a long period of time. Yeah, I was reading a thing, not to digress too hard, but I was reading a thing about how traditional like Yakuza tattooing, like traditional Japanese tattooing, was actually pretty damaging to like the sweat glands of the skin. Yeah, so really, really interesting. The ways in which people mark themselves says something about their culture, which I think is kind of fascinating. Anyway, so yeah, keep an eye out for other characters with like face and neck tattoos and like visible markings like that, and we'll see what those characters have in common. Seems like you two have some history. I will bring you to speak with them as soon as possible, but for now I suggest rest. It's been a long day for all of us. Oddleaf has been waiting for you to return. You can hear singing and laughing in the distance. Where is everyone? Can hear him celebrating. For the first time since we left Suoger, we can just stop. We made it. Thanks to you. I don't feel done yet. The dredge could easily tear through that flimsy outer wall if they wanted to. And as far as I can tell, we've got no answer to the darkness. What do you think Ivor's doing right now? Aw, I'm sad. I miss him. Probably keeping them all from killing each other, if I know Ivor. I know you're right, but I miss him. Me too, Oddleaf. Me too, I miss him so much. It feels strange, the sudden calm. Nothing to do but wait and pummel the living shit out of Rugga. You're right. Can't even work on Rugga yet. The guard captain went wild on him. Good. On the other hand, what if Meinolf dies? Between Rugga's loyalists, the Horseborn, and the power struggle, this city may turn on itself. The harder we try to grip this world, the faster it seems to slip from our fingers. Thanks, Princess Leia. The more systems. What if we didn't think about the rest of the world for one night? Are you suggesting? Yes, Rook.
Our illustrious champion returns.
Hey, Jim Boreas.
Welcome home.
Yes, Rook. I'm very much suggesting. Oh, my God, Oddleaf. Oddleaf, you sweet, sweet princess. Let's do the thing. I'm very much accepting. Oh, then I guess the celebration will have to wait for us a little longer. Oh no, I've got a long celebration for you, Oddleaf. Oh my God, this map. Look, the map's all 3D and shit. Ugh, God. Damn. Meanwhile, up at Manafort.
The darkness hasn't responded to anything I've tried so far. Damn you, Juno. How did you...
Yes, Johnny.
Give up.
Ah. God, this game... God, Banner Saga, you're such a tease. You give us these like tiny, beautiful moments of like amazing animation and voice acting and everything, and then you're like, all right, cool, get back to the game. You go play the game, and I'm like, no, I love your game, but like, give me more, please. Please, who do I have to kill to get more of that beautiful shit? You're killing me.